An anti-Trump protest in Pioneer Square went from peaceful to this riot. The anarchists saw to that. Video from our KGW crews is absolutely incredible. The chaos didn't end either until early this morning when police moved in. Officers arrested 26 people.
There is also this huge cleanup right now that's going on across the Road City, even now at the 6 a.m. hour. No place hit worse than the Pearl. Rioters went down Lovejoy, damaging businesses.
We have team coverage for you this morning from every angle. We want to start. Rachel's been covering these riots since really early this morning. You actually got called in early to work today, Rachel.
That's right, Ashley. We were here almost all night. I was called in about 11:30 last night to come in. We were in the middle of it, and now this morning we can see the result. Check out this symbol painted on the side of this Bank of America here in the Pearl. Also, I want to take you around the corner if we can and show you some shattered glass, the shattered windows of this Bank of America. Other banks, including a Starbucks and local businesses, are affected. Now, the group that started the original protest, Portland's Resistance, says people not connected to their group are responsible for all this damage, but regardless, it was a crazy night. Police finally started to shut it down about 1 o'clock this morning.
All protesters must proceed south.
Let's go!
And that's the scene in the heart of downtown as protesters made their last stand. We were in the middle of it too. Police officers in riot gear stood together and walked forward, pushing people out of downtown. Some people threw projectiles at police. Officers warned repeatedly on the speaker we heard anyone who tried to stay would be arrested. They pushed people back with pepper spray and rubber bullets and flashbangs. At the same time, protesters I talked to were divided about how the night was going.
But people are just destroying our city here. They're not protesting against anything. Yeah, this is not going to solve anything.
I participated in them too, but I'm trying to make a statement. And if I have to use force, just like they just shot me in my chest with a rubber bullet, then lighting a little fire ain't going to hurt nobody.
Back out here live, Portland's Resistance, the original group, says they will start a fundraiser to repair all this damage. They say they will also be volunteering today to help clean up the city. In fact, there's a group that will meet at 8 o'clock this morning at Tanner Springs Park to do so. I want to continue our team coverage this morning and send it over to Maggie Vespa. Maggie, you're seeing a lot of damaged cars this morning.
Yeah, Rachel, that's right. A lot of that cleanup actually might be focused here later on this morning. We're at Toyota of Portland in Northeast on Broadway. I just spoke to a sales manager who told me, kind of speaking to the chaos about this, they have security cameras here, but they're relying on social media and on news footage of last night. This is some of the worst of the damage. 19 cars damaged. That sales manager told us he's glad most of the damage is glass. Obviously, this Toyota Camry with that roof there being the one exception. Let's show you some video of some of the other damage that we saw last night. Staff here say people used bricks, bats, cinder blocks, even their feet to bash in the windows and windshields of some of these cars. 19 cars total. Once again, a lot of these cars were new and a lot of them are totaled. And just like a lot of damage across Portland last night, the manager says he thinks this was completely random.
Looked like people holding like some fire. There's big smoke coming through, and then they started throwing bricks through the windshields. We'll come and look at a couple cars here that you'll see that are just damaged, unrepairable. I mean, it's...
So like totaled out cars?
Yeah, totaled out cars.
Yeah, that manager called this riot last night ridiculous. You can see a footprint on the hood of that car, damaged windshield once again, another one over here. Now adding to another gut check moment on top of all of this, again, I just talked to that manager. He told me this morning he just had to walk about a block and a half down because one of his sales staff told him they thought they had seen rioters gathering at the Kia dealership, which they also own last night. He just got back here about 30 seconds before our live hit and told me, thankfully, there is no damage there. It's limited to the 19 cars here, again, some of which are totaled. So again, they're trying to find a little bit of a silver lining this morning. With that, we're going to throw it over to Brenda back in the studio.
Yeah, it's hard though, Maggie, because, you know, the criminality is shameful. It takes away from what the protesters are doing, who say they have a legitimate, peaceful purpose out there.